Hello, everyone, and welcome back. As always, I'm your girl, Candy Washington. So, before we dive into today's episode, which is Lisa Rinna on this weird podcast media tour, because I think her and Harry have a new podcast coming out. And is she lying through her teeth? Because who said that? And I'm going to dive into it. So before we dive in, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. It's a fun and easy way to support the show, and I really would appreciate it. Okay, so my reference to who said that is Lisa Rinna is going around town claiming that, quote, fans are begging her to return to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. I think she's lying. Let's dive into what's going on. And then I'll leave you guys with the question. Do you want Rinna back? Yes or no? Put it in the comments down below. So this is according to Reality Blurb. It says, Lisa Rinna revealed Harry Hamlin threatened to divorce her if she joined the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, and she claimed Bethany Frankel inadvertently convinced him otherwise. The alum also addressed fan, quote, hate, and she shared that people are begging her to return. Before her exit in season 12, many vocal fans expressed their hate for Lisa, who was seen as the pot stirrer. But after she left, some viewers claimed the show became less exciting. She recently called the show the effing Titanic. They're begging me to come back. They're pleading with me, said Lisa on the Him and Her podcast. But it's too late, effers. The negativity F's you up, and it cannot, she continued. It is inhumane. It still affects me. I don't like it. It's mean. It gives people permission to be mean, and I don't like that part. Lisa said she got more hate in her last year on Beverly Hills than in her entire life. Okay, delusional weirdo Rinna. The reason why you got so much, I'm not even going to call it hate. I'm going to call it accurate feedback. The reason why you got accurate feedback, Lisa Rinna, is because you were so hateful. The way you treated everybody on that show, the way you treated Denise Richards, you were in on the Yolanda scheme, you were in on the Lisa Vanderpump scheme, the way you treated Garcelle and her child, like you are just a hot, mean mess. So you weren't getting hate, you were getting accurate feedback because you were so hateful. You got on the show and you lied, you were mean to people, you bullied people, you stalked people online. You're just a hot mess, Rinna, and nobody is begging you to return. Number one, the fans don't have the power to bring you back, okay? Don't get it twisted. Neither does Andy Cohen. That's why when Andy called you out for calling the show the effing Titanic, you're like, oh, I don't apologize for it. I meant it. And you wouldn't give Andy a real apology because Andy doesn't even have the power to bring you back. It is the top producers and executives who actually have the power to cast. Therefore, they have the power to fire and to cast. Andy doesn't have it. The fans have the power to persuade and to influence, but clearly we don't have full power. We can influence, but again, I think you're lying, babe. And you're trying to promote this podcast that you and Harry are going to do that nobody's going to watch, just the way nobody's eating his spaghetti sauce. Girl, you better calm down. And again, it shows such a lack of self-awareness where when you act so hateful and you do such evil and bizarre things and everything you did to Kathy, like just the whole situation was a mess. I get it. Other people were involved with that. Erica, Diana Jenkins, Kyle Richards, Dorit Hemsley, even Tally Mellencamp. She was a part of the full Fox 5 to take down Lisa Vanderpump. I get it. There were other people. But in my gut, I think that you were the core person who was really pulling all the strings. Kyle thought she was, but I actually think Kyle was a puppet. Because I think Kyle thinks she's a lot more powerful and important than she is. I don't think anybody really takes Kyle seriously. Now, I'm not giving Kyle a pass, but I think that in Kyle's mind, she was running the show. But I actually think behind the scenes, it was you, Lisa Rinna, running the show in a negative way. Anyway, let's keep going. Lisa also addressed how her journey with Real Housewives began. I knew that reality was really the place that was starting to happen, she explained. I was like, this is interesting. And then I started to see what the girls were doing on Housewives and how they were benefiting from it with their brands. And I thought, oh, maybe this is a good idea. So I kind of floated the idea. They picked it up. They came to me and said, "Do you want to do the show?" I went to my husband, Harry, and he said, "I think this might be a good idea. What do you think?" Lisa added. He goes, "Absolutely not. I will divorce you if you do that show." I believe part of this. I don't think that the show came to her. She went to them. I think it had been out there that she had gone to them multiple times, and Andy Cohen said no multiple times. But then it was Eileen and Rinna who came on together, I believe. And then Eileen ended up leaving the show. Now, do I think Harry Hamlin was like, "I'll divorce you if you do the show"? Yeah, because I think at that particular time in the world, serious actors didn't want to touch reality TV because they thought it would take away from their acting career. Whereas now, I think a lot of people would rather be reality stars than a serious actor, and it could only help your career. You know what I mean? So the climate of that has changed. Now, when it comes to Harry and Lisa Rinna, do I think there's other stuff going on in their marriage that should take precedence for a divorce over a reality show? Sure. We all know the allegations, the cheating allegations, the sexual assault, if you get what I'm saying, the SA allegations against Harry. Lisa Rinna allegedly helped him cover it up and intimidated the women. It's just a lot going on. Their children ODing and just a lot of there's just a lot of very dark, weird, bizarre energy, events, and allegations around these people. Yikes. I personally think it's for the best that Lisa Rinna is gone. I think that Beverly Hills has been a bit wobbly, but I don't think it's because Lisa Rinna is missing. I think it's because the show, like the majority of the Housewives shows, are finding their way forward. Whether it's rebooting, whether it's a new cast, whether it's a new city, whether it's switching things up. I think that reality TV in general is kind of fighting its new footing. Like I think shows like The Traitors is doing really well, sort of more like competitive reality TV shows, bringing people together to have a competition. Shows like that are doing really well. And I think that the Housewives, I think they're in question whether or not this particular franchise made this particular way has longevity. What does that future look like? So I don't think that Beverly Hills is wobbling because Lisa Rinna isn't there. I think it's more systematic of Housewives in general. We see it on Potomac. We see it in New York. The OC only got a boost because of Shannon and John Jansen and Tamara and all of that stuff. So that was a very unique situation that gave them a boost. But prior to that, they were also wobbling. So I think it's more of what reality TV looks like now than missing Lisa Rinna. So Lisa, pipe down, okay? Da-da-da-da-da. So I did say that, Harry confirmed. I said I have my divorce lawyer on speed dial, which I do. I still have it. That's very shady, saying he still has his divorce lawyer on speed dial. Yeah, I mean, Harry, go get your boyfriend in Canada, allegedly, and leave us alone, okay? All I said was, "Okay, all I want you to do is just check this person, Bethany, and see what her business is like." Harry and I had a QVC business at the time, said Lisa. 3 days later, he comes back to the room and says, "Well, I've been thinking." I said, "If Bethany can build a business like that, we can too." We're called Harry. Maybe this is the way we do it. So yeah, all about that money, 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 money. Now, again, recent rumors claim that Bravo is now courting Lisa Vanderpump to potentially return to the show. That I think is way more feasible. I think that it was Lisa's decision to quit the show, whereas I stand by my opinion that it was Lisa Rinna who was fired from the show. Those are two very different things. And I also think that, Lisa Vanderpump is booked and busy within the entertainment space. She has shows on Hulu, she has shows on Bravo, on NBC. So I could see them wanting Lisa Vanderpump back. I also think that for me, the whole Kyle takedown season isn't working for me. Not because I don't think that Kyle hasn't, you know, done a lot to justify a takedown season. I'm just not buying into it that the people to take down Kyle is Dorit, Kemsley, and Bose. Like, please, please, like, laughable stop. Dorit is just as bad as Kyle, but worse because she's more of a coward. And Bose, girl, you're boring, you're stale, you're up Dorit's butt. Enough, move on. This could be your first and last for me personally. Now, if Lisa Vanderpump came back and she led the charge for the Kyle takedown season, I'm all in. I'm booked. I'm busy with this show. I am in. Okay. I think that would be much more of a formidable opponent. It would make way more sense. And I think that would be a showdown that I would want to see. That would be a reckoning I would want to see. The Lisa Vanderpump versus Kyle Richards reckoning. That to me would be so much juicier rather than the kind of like I don't even know what we're watching right now, to be honest with you, on the show. Like, Dorit isn't it for me. Bose isn't it for me. Kyle, yes, she needs to be taken down, but like not by these two ding dongs. Lisa Vanderpump comes in. She holds Kyle accountable. That to me is the juice. That to me makes sense. That to me is a show down I want to see. But I want to know what you guys think about this. Will you be listening to Lisa Rinna and Harry Hamlin's new podcast? Do you think Lisa's lying about the fans wanting her back? What do you think about the rumors of their marriage? And do we want Lisa Vanderpump to return? I know I do. So with that, you guys, be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.